What's up, YouTubers? This is a deck profile of my Glad Beast deck that I just recently won one of my local tournaments. Um, for the Glads, I love them. They're really good. And yeah, here's my deck. For my monster account, I have two Lucari. As you can see, Lucari is important. And for my deck, or my personal taste, I prefer playing two. And next we have two Darius. It's a good card. X is a monster reborn. And we have two Exquisite. This card helps to recycle. It helped me so many times, especially for Chariot. And then I play one Hippo, which is a really good card. I play Hippo for his defense. I can probably side him in for Sam Knight or Sequester, whatever or Lanista. But yeah, other than that, we have another Gladiator Stretchari. This card is a really good card. It beats, or it helps, gives advantages over the field. I play one Murmolo. This card is a really good card. You can go for rank 3s, even for this guy too, Rachari. Both of them you can go for rank 3s or Test Tiger or something like that. Or other than that, most of the time you want this card to be running in your deck, especially this guy. And lastly, for the Glads, I play one Mystery, a staple. You can only have one. Kind of hoping that they'll bring it back to two, but one's good enough. And next we have two Elemental Hero Prisma. Just a reminder, this is my a Hero Live build. I like this build a lot better. I was able to get first at one of my locals, and everybody knows what Prisma does. It takes the name of the effect, takes the name of one of his name, Gladiator, and then yeah, you can go for fusions, contact, whatever it is. And next we have three Test Tiger. And Test Tiger, for my choice of playing three, I prefer three because most of the time all of these monsters, they're majority Glads. Even my Prisma, they still count when you use their effect. You can always use Test Tiger to help you out. And Test Tiger, you gotta be really smart in playing Test Tiger. You can't waste that on a turn. So yeah, that's my monster account. Next we have our spell. I'm playing 3 Proving Ground. I think with 3 Proving Ground is consistent. Um, if I could probably sign up for 1 Tanky or maybe 2, but I prefer Proving Ground over Tanky. And most of the time you need a Glad in your hand, at least when you need it. And since I'm building a Hero Lives, I have 2 Hero Lives. I thought about playing 3, but I realized that 3 would probably kill you because you're making a big risk of paying half your life points just to make a big play. Yeah, to make that big play, it's kind of risky. And next we have 2 Lance. Lance is a really good card. It's just a good card in general. Even for this deck, because you want to protect your Glads at all time. And next we have our staples, Book Moon, and Dark Hole. You guys know what it does. I have 1 Shard Greed. I'm playing this because I realized that I needed more drawing powers for my deck. And this acts as a decoy. At the same time, they might MST it if they don't want me to get a +2. But either way, it's a win-win condition. If it dies, it dies. But if it lasts until I'm able to draw 2 cards, that's a +2. And that's it for my spells. And especially for my deck, I play with Trap Stun. Trap Stun helps, especially for this format. It negates all traps. It pretty much it saves you for 1 turn. It's like a Genzo, and when you play it at the right time, and you can go, push for that game, Trap Stun really helps. And Mirror Force, 2 Mirror Force, stable, 2 DP, 2 Chariot, 2 Call the Haunted, 1 Trencho, Boundless, 1 Compulse, a Warning, it's staple. These are staple. All 4 of these, it's kind of dumb not to have it in your deck because they're so good and they got hit pretty hard. But yeah, and lastly, we're playing 3 Wabaku for the deck. I do feel like I need Safe Zone for the deck, but I don't have it right now, so probably gonna have to look for some trades or something. If you guys do have any, please feel free to comment. If you guys want to trade or anything. Next, we have our extra deck. I'm playing Chimera Tech. It's for, I'm playing it for Draco Sack if I ever come across it, or any machine type deck. Yeah, you guys know what Chimera Tech does. And, I have 1 Gazaris. I'm in need of another one. It's consistent to play 2, but I only have 1 right now. I was surprised that I was able to keep this guy alive for most of the time that I was dueling at my tournament. Because, like, I think one time, only once this guy was able, he died. And I didn't have another one, so it took me a while to get this guy back out. But with 2 Call the Hunted, it's pretty much you'll be able to get him out. Next we have 1 Estradari. You only need to play 1. I think 2 is kind of slow. I thought about playing 2, but I'd rather just play 1. Next, I'm playing two of these guys, my boss. I think it's for me. I think it's important to play 2 of these guys. Well, it's more important to play 1, but I play 2. Maybe it's just for this format that I might. I think that maybe these 2 might come in handy. Plus these 2 can negate spell and traps. If you have a really good drawing power. Other than that, next, I'm playing Stardust Dragon for Starlight Road. I'm citing Starlight Road. I'm not maining it. I only got to use it once, so I only got him out at least once, which is pretty good. But sometimes I don't need Starlight Road in my deck. And next, for my ranks 4, I have Maze Stroke, Steelstone Roach, Carboy Gaga, Dweller, Utopia Ray, and Utopia. Pretty standard. My options for Utopia Ray is because for a hero list, maybe your life points might get down below 1,000. And, this guy can probably be a game changer. Cowboy Gagas helped me a lot. I used him twice, to get that little edge just to win the game. And when you play Cowboy Gaga, it's just better to bring him out during the main phase too, and burn afterwards after you dealt damage. After your battle main phase. But other than that, like you can always go for his other effect too. It doesn't really matter. And other than that, these guys help, especially this guy. Yeah, these rank 4s, they're good. Next, are my rank 3s. These are standards, pretty much standard to have these two. I mean, it's kind of weird not playing with all these two. You kind of need it. Next, my last choice for my rank 3. Instead of Leviathan, I chose my equip and engineer, and I think he is a better choice because the reason why I picked him is because he, I can show an example. As long as when you bring him out, he's a rank 3. When you bring him out, like if anything were to happen, if your opponent tries to destroy your Glad, either attacking it or using a effect card, they will have to go through this guy first. He can just activate his card during their turn at any given time. He can just, detach. It's like, if they, especially when they attack, if they attack him, if they attack my Lucari, and be like, hey, well, I'm just gonna use effect. And I'm gonna choose him, and he goes to defense mode. It has to be an attack mode, so you gotta switch to defense mode afterwards, and then my monster cannot be destroyed for the whole turn. And since they already attacked, it's like, oh, I gain his effect. I gain my Glad Beast effect. I can tag out, and you can choose this guy too, so he can stay alive. But like you can only choose one at a given time. Yeah, that's my choice. This guy is a beast. He's saved me so many times. Next, I'm having my side deck. My side deck, I wouldn't say it's the best side deck, but for my local tournaments, this is what I play. So no discriminating, but feel free to give me any comments, any good, whatever, help me out. Yeah, I play one Snowman Eater. I prefer this over Smashing Ground because it's a monster effect. Um, because you can set it, it protects you, and at the same time, it's a rank 3. It's a level 3. You can go for rank 3s, and it's a man eater bug, pretty much. Alright, next, one Skeletor. You know what he does? He helps. You can go for those overlays if you bring him out. You can bring out like all these other glads from your deck. I play one Neospacian. Since Compulse is limited 1 now, Neospacian is a really good card for this format. Cyber Dragon for command attack, 130 King. I can always sight in 30 King for Hippo. So, it's always good to play a 30 King even for this Hero Live build. Next, I have 2 Banisher, 1 DD Crow, 1 Starlight for Stardust Dragon, 1 Mind Crush, 1 Horn of the Phantom. This card, is, it's a lot of plus. You get to draw a card if you destroy a monster, and your monster gains that 800 boost. So it helps to get over some huge beater monster that you can't go over. This card helps. Next, I have My Body's a Shield, 1 Tanky, and 2 MST. Alright. So yeah, that's about it. That's my deck profile. I'm not claiming that this deck is the best deck, Glad Beast deck out there. Yeah, but I had a lot of fun playing with this deck. It's one of my favorite decks. I've been playing this deck for at least 3 years. And yeah, I got first place with this deck. So yeah, alright. Well, please subscribe, give me any comments or any positive feedbacks. Yeah, you have a great day. Have fun playing Yu-Gi-Oh, guys.